TB Invoker.
After all that, I thought, weren't you just reminiscing about the good old days?
No, I'm just saying how I just saw them. No, hey, I was reminiscing about Invoker and Lion.
Oh,
not
I see.
TB. Thank you very much.
I see.
And he's gone Exort too. I mean, he might just be Exort for the lane for the first, like, sometimes they just take 1 point and then go back.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, well, a little hard to tell.
I think with how there's kind of a lack of aggression from the side of Vici, so I could see you getting away with the Quas Exort. And that would be pretty nice from Vici. I would like that if he goes for the Exort build. But that's going to come down to just kind of reading these earlier movements. And Fly walks in and pops the smoke of DY in the mid lane as he's planning that ward. So Sumail going to be very happy to know where that ward is.
Very nice. Oh, up top, crit and S4. Invading deep. Might bump into the Ogre, actually. Some vision on the high ground here. All right, get a couple of love taps in. Nothing the Ogre can't handle. But bounty runes, looks like it'll just be 2 apiece, most likely. Okay.
Oh, Ogre.
Sweet,
What a hero.
Sweet Ogre.
His tank's like half his HP, already back up to almost full.
So what's his base regen? Like 5, something like that? 5.4?
It's the good old days.
Oh,
I actually
got a tango on.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 for 2 once again.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of shows why everyone just hides, though, right? Because, like, DY just wasted, like, 2 tangos for no reason. Also, he has Bloodlust level 1. Wait, what?
Whoa.
He had to use that for his little, like, run into some supports.
That's pretty peculiar, though. You don't see that too often these days.
Not a fan. I've seen it a couple times lately, but it just never seems very good. But whatever. It's no big deal. Just get the Ignite level, or Fire Blast level 2, and life's good.
All right, so laning phase will get started here. Down bottom, Fly and Arteezy. They will be up against Yang and Fade. 4 melee lane here.
Yeah, Fade looks like he did a Fisher block somewhere and just popped the Clarity, so.
I think this is one of those lanes where the Undying is pretty happy to be Undying right now. Easy decay stacks.
Yeah, he's taking enough now. They'll pop the meta, but you really want to kill when you do this.
Feels like they almost could have committed a little more to try to find that kill, but you don't want to miss those valuable CS, as we've talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Still good that they forced Yang and using that healing salve already. Pretty aggressive start here.
Man, Fly just keeps holding out for those double decays. It's paying off, too. Jeez, up to 20 already.
Yeah.
No one can trade with him at the moment.
It's pretty much the dream for a start.
Top lane Paparazzi is taking a lot of harass up here and is just getting his first last hit.
And this is definitely one of the differences, the Morphling and the TBs we talked about. Terrorblade has that ability to come out of the gate swinging. Morphling, not quite the same. Level 1, he's basically just trying to be left alone.
Mid lane, they put a sentry down here, yeah. And Faye just coming in with his Fisher.
Blocks it out. Is this going to be the first blood? Yeah. Indeed it is. Ori finds the kill with an LSA, followed up by an auto attack, and Sumail takes a tumble.
Try to push to the limit there. Ends up going down, so that'll be a second null push up for Lena.
Great rotation from the Earthshaker, though. Realizing that bottom lane is going to be difficult. Just give the Centaur the solo XP and try to make a play happen elsewhere.
It's so important when you pick this hero to have ways to like enable his laning stage phase where you can just walk and Fisher and create kills.
Paparazzi in trouble and dead. S4 able to finish him off.
That feels like it's going to be a pretty common scenario up here. He's only gotten 1 more last hit since we left. He is 2-1 right now. And that's without the Undying in his lane. Yeah. Like, Lion's not even the best hero in this capacity. His crit's going back to cut the way. Oh, no, he's just going to go feed his life away. Okay.
Oh, the free TP back to the base here. Okay.
Didn't taunt. Not sure about that. Clearly not a Lion player. Just want to say. I mean, that guy's taunt is like right after Undyings.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe he'll get some later.
Okay, back to farming we go. Earthshaker has come back to the bottom lane, soon to be level 2. And how is our mid matchup? Even though Sumail did take a tumble, CS score still very even. Lena with a few more denies, but
yeah, Sumail came off to a pretty strong start too. So
he has 2 points in Quas, so it looks like it's going to be an Exort Invoker. Gets that 2nd point now. No Wex.
Puts a little bit of pressure on the old Tiny just to like go around the map and get some Sunstrike kills, but can certainly be done. And once again, the Lion can also help set up for them too. As they hop onto Arteezy, that Solar appealed quite a bit. And they still don't pop the meta. I feel like they were trying to force it there from Vici, and RTD just not biting.
Oh, up top, DY able to make it back, but a lot of pressure coming out of these two still.
Man, they still have a Sal for S4 here too, and only one Tango left for this Morphling. They're probably gonna need a courier up here soon.
Yeah, top lane's pretty brutal. Fly down bottom, running low on mana, but another Soul Rip to keep RTZ topped off.
Radiant structures are
showing off the versatility of the Undying in this kind of scenario.
Fade is just body blocking the small camp too. So Fly had just dewarded it, but then Fade runs over and blocks it during the minute mark. The Sunstrike up top with the Hex. It's enough of a slow.
Does connect, but will the Morphling go down? The tree will chase him into the tree line. S4 grabs yet another disastrous top lane for Vici.
9-3. Slaying it on those Morphling last hits. Ori is going to find himself a DD rune. Come on, give Fade a bottle charge. Doesn't need. He's going to be fine. No vision here. I think they know Fade was rotating this way, though, so.
Centaur's been handling this lane setup pretty well, though. And he's had the Earthshaker kind of rotating in and out, but 16 last hits, level 4.
Yeah, that is pretty good, actually, considering.
Yeah.
Especially, like, during a meta, he's able to play up a little bit close, and now meta ends, so life will be a little bit better.
5 minutes on the horizon here. Fly going to head to the enemy bounty rune. Fade actually going to chase him
Fly
over.
Like, Fly can guarantee one of these, so.
The jukes, very nice with the zombie. And
ankles
up top.
Just completely snapped and broken right there. I mean, my goodness. What a player.
And EG will go 3 for 1 on the first bounties. They get both up top.
Sumail forcing the jungler because he doesn't know where this Earthshaker is. So he can't play anywhere near that Lina, where she might be able to capitalize on a single Fisher.
Stun up top, still a lot of pressure on this Morphling. S4 knowing his limits.
It's rare to see a Morphling having to sit so high in HP.
Yeah.
Partially why he was hurting so hard on last hits earlier. Especially against the Tiny, one of the best deniers right now.
Pretty quiet laning stage here. Trent, Sumail getting a little farm in the jungle as he gets close to level 6. Lina already found her 6 mid, though, up top. Sunstrike on the way in, and S4 gets a kill onto Paparazzi. Morphling dies again.
All you need. I mean, that's Invoker Gaming. Bottom lane, they're going to find that rune, too. Steal it away from the Lina. And that's going to help out Sumail a little bit here. And relieve some of this pressure. The DD's still in the pocket, though, so that
DY.
still should keep driving back.
Oh, he actually lives. Has the stick charges there at the last second. One more auto attack would have found that kill. Feels like this Ogre has just not had much of a presence in this top lane.
Hey, he's not feeding. I mean,
he's not feeding, but not able to keep his Morphling alive either or really do much, so.
He's clawing back. Okay, 0-3.
Yeah.
That's a couple kills.
It's not great, dude. 0-3 in 6 minutes is far from ideal.
Bottom lane Yang getting a little bit low here into the trees. Fade, maybe thinking about creating a turnaround, but there's meta, so
yep,
this
exactly.
is just a defensive Fisher.
And now the Tombstone comes down to break the trees, try to give him some vision.
Yang's really trying to bait this out here because, I mean, they have no stuns to cancel a TP, right? So he could just leave. And the bait will not work. They even brought down Ori.
Yeah, with a double damage rune, looks like we'll be able to finish off the Tombstone, get some bonus gold for his troubles.
That actually makes the TP worth it.
Oh, level 6, not going to be able to do it. Okay.
He didn't take it either.
No, he didn't have the point. He had the point, was saving it, but couldn't quite do it in time. Okay, well now that rotation's absolutely worth it for the Lina. I mean, that's the dream right there. Get the kill on the tier or position 1.
Yeah, I thought the Tombstone was good enough, honestly. Tries to get some Sunstrikes onto Yang and Ori, but they will survive. And up top, Fade does not have the mana. He's got a Mango, so he can pop it if he sees the potential, but doesn't feel like he can get there. There is a ward, so if S4 wanders back towards that vision, maybe they'll go for something. Same thing with Crit. There's no waveform here, though, so hard to capitalize. And it looks like they want to maybe smoke. Or
now Fly's going to make the TP up top. Going to go for perhaps a kill on Paparazzi.
I don't
Got
think they have
it
anything
pretty
left
low.
from VG here.
There's the Hex. Still a lot of damage onto S4. Fade in the front lines. He gets tossed up. Stun onto the Ogre. DY will die to the Sunstrike, but they lose S4. It's a 1-for-1. Fade getting a little bonus gold for ending that streak there.
Surprised. I didn't think they'd have enough to tank, honestly, to finish those kills.
Yeah.
So that early right-click damage, though, was enough. 2 adaptive strikes.
Very nice for the Invoker, though. So important for Exort Invokers to get some pickoffs with Sunstrike in this laning phase. It's kind of the difference between having low impact and having that momentum to really have a strong mid-game.
Yeah, especially these days where like a lot of them don't even go Midas really. So
Yeah.
if you get off to a really great start, it might still be worth it in some situations. So we'll see what Sumail thinks. But currently he's just queuing eggs.
Yeah, full level behind the Lena right now. She's level 9.
Not surprising.
And
Like
just
that
recently hit 8.
early Fisher's so good.
Yeah. Stun onto the Lena here from Crit, though he does get blocked
Nowhere
out.
to run, dude.
And that'll be a Laguna into Hex. Crit.
But
He sidesteps the LSA. He should not survive through this. Okay, or he does finish him off, but Fly makes him work for
that
it.
would have been incredible.
DY now rotating over. There's some raindrops on S4. The infused raindrops, that is. Fissure, though, sets up the LSA. Nice avalanche. Will keep himself alive. Sunstrike, off the mark.
Yeah, he's starting to get up there. To like 287 on the Sunstrike damage, so.
Yeah, would not have been enough for a kill on the Lena there if
No.
it did connect anyway. But
Well, we'll keep doing the math. We'll keep you guys up to date, don't worry.
yeah, pure damage math is hard, man.
It's real difficult.
Dire's middle tower is under
Centaur is
attack.
getting a lot of space down bottom, though. It's just him and the Terrorblade. And obviously Arteezy is farming just fine, but that opportunity cost is that Centaur is getting a fair bit of farm himself. 36 last hits, and now level 6, so he's got the Stampede.
His game's really good, too, because it's a really good Crimson game against the Terrorblade.
Yes.
That just always makes his hero feel way stronger.
Absolutely. Feels like Crimson Guard has
nice
been
play by Fade bottom. Helps secure the bounty rune. I'll make sure that they get both in the bottom. There's
Nice
still one
play.
chilling up top, and EG should be able to secure it, though,
Yeah.
so we'll go 2 for 2.
I think Crit's heading back for it. Feels like Crimson Guard has been in a good place for a while, though.
Yeah.
Certain games, it is just a complete game changer of an item. Very satisfying if you're one of those beefy offlaners in the right context.
It's hard to build on a lot of heroes. That kind of keeps it balanced.
I think so, yeah.
Only problem with it, I would say, is that it feels kind of like a necessity on some heroes, even when it doesn't feel like great. Sunstrike gets used up top. They get paparazzi.
It's another big kill.
Ah, gotta love those deep wards when
Mid
more
lane,
are trying
though.
to farm.
They're going to set up onto Sumail, but they can't commit for it. Lena might still even die for this. Terrorblade trying to follow through, but the ultimate from the Centaur does give them enough space to get back to friendly territory.
Yeah, not enough cold snap procs or anything. And very nice kill, though, with that Sunstrike. That's kind of getting to be a little bit of a classic with this Invoker versus Morphling. Oh, he's got the Sentry. He's coming to de-ward that thing. He's like, never again. He pinged exactly where it is, too, so he is no misconceptions about which part it's on. We'll see. Maybe he'll get it wrong and guess more to the right or something, but
Radiant's
Seems
bottom
unlikely.
tower is under
Crit.
attack.
In a pretty aggressive position here. He does get pinged out.
Dire's
Drops the stun on the Morphling. Sunstrike again, and they make it work. Oh, my.
Crit just lurking, dude.
are fortified.
That had to feel good.
He's
That's,
so
I mean,
holding the Sentry.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Ah,
top,
there's an ogre dive.
they're going to
but-
find DY. Yeah,
Yeah.
but wow. I mean, this Morphling is just getting ripped apart now. 2,600 net worth at 11.5 minutes.
He TP'd that
Radiant's
shrine,
bottom
too.
tower is
And
under
he doesn't even
attack.
have boots right now, dude. He's got Morbid Mask, Magic Wand, Ring of Aquila. That's it.
Oh, my God, what a line
He just
play.
took the tome. That's how poverty mode this Morphling is. He actually just took the tome.
Wow,
Dire's
that's
top
sad
tower
life,
That's
man.
sort of unbelievable in a weird way.
At least Fade hasn't died yet, so he's a lot of gold in the shaker. He might be the turnaround hero here.
Yeah. Although Fade's thinking, man, that tome would have got my 6, dude.
Nah, who needs level? Well, actually, levels are pretty nice, but you know,
Who needs levels?
Morphling really needs them. Helps them farm a lot faster. You don't really farm any faster with shaker at levels.
That's fair. That's
Dire's
definitely a
top
very
tower
telling
is under
sign of the
attack.
current state of this game. 7-5 EG with a 4K net worth advantage. Terrorblade starting to move around the map a little bit. He's going to have his Dragon Lance queued up and picked up before too long. And Tiny is only 200 gold away from the Blink Dagger, as we've seen an absolute game changer on that guy. The Rock Man.
All right, so that's what we're killing then, is it? We're killing S4. Invis room, pop. On the way. Eul Scepter ready. This man has no
Radiant
right to
are
live.
scanning.
5 seconds till the TP. He seems to sense something.
He bought
here.
the Blink, though, so even if he dies, I think S4 will be okay with this.
Oh,
And
that's disappointing.
they've already sort of thought maybe he'd be backing up. Very aggressive posture, but they don't find him. Still about half duration on the Invis room, but S4 TPs to the mid.
Radiant's bottom
Safe and sound.
tower is under attack.
And RTZ's up on the high ground, so they have fully secured this mid-tier 1. It feels like EG every single game, when people are targeting their tier 1 safe lane, they're able to get the mid in a trade.
Yeah.
And that's a big advantage, you know?
Absolutely. Centaur stunned up. Will the follow-up be there?
What a
Pops the
Yules.
Stampede.
Ori, very quick. Like, that's S4 blinking in, and he has the Yules pre-targeted to save his life.
Yeah. Very nice. But like you said, still a trade that favors EG, and they force out the Stampede. Doesn't really cost them much else, I guess, besides the meta, but still a long duration. They're going to rotate up top. I mean, this is exactly what I was kind of picturing with Terrorblade versus Morphling. Obviously, this is an extreme kind of situation with the Morphling getting killed so many times in the lane, but we're only 13 minutes in. Terrorblade's their position 1. He's moving around the map. They're taking objectives. They're breaking this game open. Even if Morphling had a good laning phase, he still wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah, he can't do this the same way TB can. So
you might be right that late game, 45 minutes, you don't really want to be Terrorblade against Morphling, but at this stage, you've got a nasty window where Morph is just a puddle.
At this point, it wouldn't matter what the enemy carry is either, right? It's like no one really does this like Terrorblade. That's why this hero is so popular right now, is that if you're executing well and you're winning your lanes, he can just crack open the entire game by taking away all the space enemies confirming, because he can just melt towers way faster than other heroes are ready for. So
yeah, I guess he is sort of unique in that regard. There's no other position 1 that's quite as strong at just whomping down towers like that.
Even like Troll, you would think would be like kind of good. He doesn't really do that.
Yeah, he needs space early on
or something like that. So.
The only other analogy I could think of, which is sort of a weird one, is like Huskar can kind of be like that, just not because he pushes, but he just dominates so hard early on.
It's like Huskar, TA, Meepo. TB's very similar for the same regard. It's just they're kind of like win more heroes in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
like
and TB feels less risky than all those other heroes, because if you don't do this early momentum, then he's cool. He's farming. He's going towards the late game.
No one's first picking Meepo, Huskar, or TA, so it kind of tells you that this TB hero might be kind of good.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Poor Husky. Okay, so still some duration on the Metamorphosis. About a third left, so he's going to pressure that tower. Centaur, he's going to be caught by some stuns, and they will finish him off. Sunstrike from Sumail on the mark once again. Hey, it's all EG all day, baby. Glyph comes out, but RTZ will secure this tower kill. No defense to be mounted by Vici, though they are kind of gathered up here. Don't think they'll be able to find too much. Crit, he'll TP home. Uh-oh, RTZ. He sticks around a bit too long, and just as I say they won't be able to find much, they get a high-priced kill on the position 1.
Yeah, really nice punish there. Maybe just feeling kind of safe with all the vision that's placed down in this area from the side EG, but
I feel like if Crit hadn't been TPing out, that would have felt a little bit less risky. It could have been a great bait. He's ready to stun, but knowing your supports are leaving you high and dry.
Crit's like, nah.
Stuck around a little too long. Small misstep, though. Still a lot of objectives going the way of EG.
That's an interesting word by Crit. He stops where he is down there, and he places it by their own boundary run, even though they're about to walk in aggressively like that.
That is interesting.
So he's like kind of trying to find, it's not only a safer ward, it's less likely to get dewarded, but he wants to see if anyone's like wrapping around to the other bounty perhaps. Doesn't go for the setup on the Sunstrike there.
Will be another 3-for-1 advantage in terms of bounties. Up top, Ori snagged the one on the Dire side, but Fly was right there on the Radiant. Echo Saber queued up next for Tiny on S4.
Best burst build, really.
True.
You just want to do as much damage as possible instantaneously. This is the one.
And the Ags
there
also now
mid-lane.
on Sumail.
Oops, swing and a miss on that one. Oh, meanwhile.
Fly gets killed up top. Yep, just caught by a Fissure LSA combo. Not much he could do there.
Didn't even need the Yules.
But yeah, the Aghanims now opting to skip the Midas.
Ags already, eh? Whew. That's a pretty quick Ags.
Oh yeah, he's number 1 on net worth.
Especially like he was jungling for a pretty large portion of the laning phase.
He's 4-1 and 2 though. Yeah. I mean, he's gotten a really good start with these.
They've moved in here. There was no ward coverage from VG, so.
Oh, there's the setup on Delina. Tiny starting things off. The Sunstrike, not enough damage, and she'll be able to make it back.
Couldn't get crit in range
Fade
there.
might be the target, but he just kind of doubles back the other way, and that'll be the end of it. EG not able to find the kill. See Dire circling the jungle, enemy jungle right now.
No, that's what they were prepping for with that Lion Ward down bottom. Just saying that they might try and move in there if our Terrorblade's farming that area. That's how they're going to come through. Generally, you don't smoke if you come up that ramp because there's not usually ward coverage there, so it's kind of interesting that way.
Centaur is at Blink Dagger Gold. He stopped off for the Centaur first, and
Yeah.
also a Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. So 2 big game-changing items for Vici picked up just about simultaneously.
Huge spike, as they say. Oh, and what perfect timing too. Oh, but he just TP'd home on the Centaur.
Oh no, and VG move right into the pit. Tombstone comes down, and with meta, they'll be able to kill this pretty quickly. Like the positioning from Sumail, nearby to support his team if enemies come by, but not committing to the pit so that he doesn't get caught.
So close yet so far.
That'll be an easy Roche.
Oh, that feels so painful, man. Like, you just got these blinks, and you're trying to take this big fight, and you want to use this Echo Slam and all these other skills, and then they just do that. And you're like, well,
Top.
now we're dunking in ages. And we lose DY.
Freebie for Sumail there, yeah.
The guy's trying to get some money for some sentries. Like, come on. Leave him alone.
Yeah, that's Sumail's style. Never give up, never surrender. Make him feel the pain. Shadowblade on Lina, though, or he's ready to do some hunting.
I mean, they have double blinks in Shadowblade.
Radiant are
There
scanning.
better be some easy heroes dying, or they're in big trouble.
Yeah. Certainly not farming tools, that's for sure.
No.
And the 2 big cores on EG, the Invoker Terrorblade, and the greedier picks that we were a little worried about working well together seems to be going swimmingly. They're sharing the jungle. Nice ancient stack here for Arteezy as he finishes it off. He's got his Dragonlance, his Yasha, Manta not too far away.
It's just because, like, they match the greed of Vici. When you play this Earthshaker, and even the Centaur that tends to camp, like, he wants one item before Blink, right? He bought the Vanguard before
Right.
the Blink Dagger, so.
Usually they're going to be the Vanguard or the Hood.
Yeah. They just kind of gotten away with a lot here, and even that Echo Saber is nearly done for S4, really, like, especially after this tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, now down bottom. EG will commit for a push on the Tier 1. Fade lingering nearby in the tree line. Blink, Echo Slam at the ready.
It's not one to Echo in ages, unfortunately.
That's definitely true. Will they mount a defense here, though, or will this be a freebie? Glyph up in 15 seconds.
Or he's just backing away with Shadowblade, so there's no way.
Yep, they just let it go. Free tower for Arteezy.
And what's worse is that, like, you all rotated anyway, and then you do nothing.
Yeah.
It just feels like such a waste of time. And instantly, EG's all TP away. So it's like, what did you just do on the side of EG for the past minute and a half, right?
No, it's just wasted time. Yeah, you paid the cost of rotating there and not farming, and then got nothing out of it. Little window when they had the Blink Dagger advantage, now closing. Lion picks up his big initiation tool. Huge game changer on this hero.
And they're just camping bottom. I mean, there's some protection from DY there, but
This
big
is such a
beefy
nasty
Centaur.
hit squad, though. Lion Tiny, both with Blink Daggers and a Sunstrike on top of it.
At some point, though, they do have some pretty beefy heroes. Like,
Yeah. So, is it going to be enough? Yang gets hexed. Follow-up stun. There's the Sunstrike. Do they have the damage here? Fade with the turn.
almost.
Echo Slam. Yang's gone down already. Fly still alive. Down comes the Tombstone. Now Fade trying to make it out, and he will not. Sumail able to snag him before he falls, and S4 gets punished
All
now
right,
by Paparazzi.
if he can clean up here, though, like, just 1 or 2 more kills would be so good for them.
Arteezy still standing. DY just TPs out. Nice LSA. Stops the Terrorblade.
He committed for the meta because he knows they can push either
Oh,
way.
Sumail's back in the party. That's going to be a cold snap into EMP, and the Morphling will get ripped apart. It's a 3rd one down for Vici. Glyph even used here.
Oh, man, that dunk. It was good. It was so tempting, too, because, like,
Just
they're
wasn't
all
enough.
just pumped on top, and you're like, if the Centaur survives, like, maybe he can get off a stomp into a double edge, get that real damage out, but he couldn't get the double edge after.
Yep.
Maybe they could have got a couple kills.
No, you're absolutely right. You can't really fault him for trying to go for it because it did seem like a beautiful opportunity, but it just completely backfires. Even that deafening blast to finish him off, there's just no getting out. Sumail got so much out of that fight, as did Arteezy.
And then we're just looking for BKBs, really. I'm sure that'll be the next item for Arteezy, and Sumail has already queued it up. These are like the dream items for an Invoker. Like, you don't have to worry about anything else in the game. You just want Blink Ags BKB, you know?
Yeah.
S4 targeted down here with that Laguna Blade combination from Fade.
Is he going to live, actually? Fly nearby. The Soul Rip is just enough to pick him back up, but Paparazzi comes sliding on in. Stampede used as well. Maybe looking for something onto Sumail. Going to be tough. Earthspike
Right.
does connect on one. Crit will get caught by the Blink Stomp. EMP Tornado. Not going to buy him the space he's looking for. So 2 down on EG. Definitely good stuff for Vici Gaming, but It's a support in their off lane, so not those high prize targets that they really need to be shutting down, as Arteezy is just farming mid all the while.
Yeah, but he also had Aegis still, and with those two heroes dead, they probably wouldn't be able to push the tier 2 mid, whereas maybe they could have if they just rotated mid along with them. So ends up being kind of a nice play from the side of EG Gaming. They're finding something. It's a very difficult point in this game.
Slow and steady, though. I don't think EG are too upset about just continuing to farm and get towards those BKBs, as you were talking about. Morphling trying to get his own. Picked up the Ogre Axe now. Still lowest of the cores in terms of net worth, actually behind the off lane of EG. Still a long road to recovery here for Paparazzi, even with these few steps in the right direction as they found those pickoffs.
Yeah, but if he's bloodlusted and he just copies the TB, he can do so much damage in these teamfights with meta. Like, he really doesn't have to be too farmed. I'd almost want him to be the least farm in a comeback position like this. And great positioning, speaking of which, from Crit in the tree line there with the ward on the high ground, pops the smoke, instantly blinks back.
What?
And now it's Arteezy, Invis Rune.
Reflection. And a fissure just to break things up. Nice aggressive posture from Arteezy there. No Aegis left.
So quite a bit of time before Sumail's BKB. See if they actually press in without it. Feels like they just might want to chill a little bit here. They need to find a kill on the side of EG Gaming. Like, how long? These blinks. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, they can't even get S4.
S4 blinks in time.
They went in on the mid lane at the same time, though. Yang.
This is a little awkward. The Centaur might get caught. He's forced to use a defensive stampede. Tiny takes the Laguna, but he's getting healed up. They might actually be able to finish off S4. It's a beautiful dunk onto 3 from Fade. But can Vici start to clean this up? The Deafening Blast on Arteezy on the back line. He's going to bring down Ori. The big bad Metamorphosis is here. Yang will try to TP, and it's not going to be enough. Arteezy gets a double, and on the other side, Fade trying to make it away. He's going to be slowed by the Cold Snap. In the end, it'll be a 1 for 4. It really was a great slam. Connected on 3 heroes, but Arteezy showed up and just completely ripped that fight apart. The Lina got absolutely shredded.
You have a... Oh, God. Morph couldn't contribute anything once the dunk happened. Neither could the Lina. It's just Fade all alone, trying to do something. Now he's buying back without dunk.
Yeah, I don't know how much this buyback's really going to help. Does drop a fissure now. Blink in. Hex from Crit. This tier 3 already pretty low. There's no glyph. Still time on Metamorphosis. At least another 10 seconds. They might even be able to get the melee barracks off this. The alacrity helping out the Terrorblade so much.
He gets the deny on the mid melee rounds.
All right. All right. We'll call it a small win. A moral victory at the least.
Dignity. Dignity restored.
Yes. Oh my. 12K net worth at 25 minutes. EG handily in control of this game. That graph telling a very clear story. XP maybe a little bit more even, but not a moment in this game when Vici Gaming was ahead in terms of gold lead.
Oh. Destroyed in that fight. I'll just try and find another moment. They're going to get some bounty runes. That's actually real nice.
This Terrorblade just feels unstoppable now. Look at the net worth difference. He's at 17.5K. The leading farmer on Vici is Lina at only 10K. It's just absolutely absurd right now.
Had so many games like this as of late with this hero.
Oh, sweet Terrorblade.
And Paparazzi just not finding that counter moment here.
Ori
with the hero.
Almost gets caught here.
Crit with the wind-up here. Cancels on the finger.
And he is going to get punished for that one.
That hurts. You know, you're trying to play this assassination support, and you just give away a lot of gold like that. That's
kind of a lot. 400.
Yeah, it's like 700 gold swing overall with the AoE gold.
Paparazzi getting closer to his BKB now. Definitely an item that'll give him some potential in these upcoming fights. Like you said.
It comes back to the same logic. He doesn't theoretically need damage.
Right, because he can just
turn he can morph the TV.
So he just needs to survive. So I think it's the right idea. If it'll be enough is still yet to be determined. But
the execution's been real hard. And now EG are clumping around a little DD here, thinking about what they can do. They're going to bottle it up on the old Arteezy, and they just go back to farming some ancient stacks.
That Shadow Blade almost done on Tiny, so another great initiation tool.
Dude, they bought an urn. Flies into it.
Maybe he overheard you during lunch.
Yeah, maybe he's like,
They're like,
buy
man.
some. No, maybe it's because he's on a hero that actually needs one. That might be why.
That too. That too.
But I'll take the credit. Sounds good.
Like, hey, shut this guy up. He won't stop talking about Earn.
And there's our BKB.
2 BKBs. Lena just got hers as well.
Okay, so 10 seconds on Invoker, Morphling, and Lena then, right?
Yeah, this is a big fight for Vici coming up next year. If they can't win a team fight with this
Fade's
kid.
level 12 too.
And DY, well, he steps a little too far forward.
He's
he
scouting.
Gets tossed in. Yep, he scouts with his body, unfortunately.
Sumail has just been in the pit for like a minute now. Like, where is Roche?
He's just chilling. 20 seconds till Roche comes back up.
He'll send the Force Spirit. He's like, oh, that is a good idea.
Dire's top shrine.
I like how EG consistently uses their courier to scout out Roche as well.
Yeah, they were on point with that
Other
today.
teams do that also, but I feel like EG very consistently uses that tool.
Yeah.
A little risky, but often worth it.
Back to the base they go. They got wave top and a wave mid pushing on in.
The Crimson Guard is also up, Trent. As you mentioned, great against the Terrorblade. So many game changers potentially if they can find an engagement. I don't think EG are going to give it to them. They've just been lingering around the Roche pit. It's clear which objective they're looking for. And it seems that they'll get it. Vici, very limited vision.
Alacrity TV.
No way to really get here in time, and I think it's just going to go down. They're slowly starting to rotate over, but Forge Spirits are there to intercept.
Fly's actually pretty low, and they got a little greedy. They didn't use the meta.
Oh, wow, you're right. Double damage, but no meta. Okay, they still get it.
S4 wants to blink in here. He wants to force a fight while they have meta and DD.
I think Vici need to get out of here. This is not the engagement they want to take. But Yang jumps in, misses the stomp, and Arteezy says, all right, let's party.
Oh, my God. Or he can't get the kill on Sumail. He was so low. He finally dies, though. Paparazzi, he has the morph. He did it.
Yeah, but Arteezy is doing so much damage here. He's got the double damage rune, and that's one thing Paparazzi can't take.
Dude, Sumail bought back. They did it.
Okay. That ended surprisingly well.
He got in the backlines.
I think I was just tunnel visioned on Arteezy there, and they did a really good job breaking it up. Okay, that's a huge, that's like a 3K overall gain there for Vici.
And all of it on that sweet, sweet Morphling, too. Really well done from Ori.
Yeah. Great use of that 10-second BKB. I mean, that was, like we said, that was the time that Vici had to make something happen. Yeah. Morphling starting to show a sign of life with Scotty now on the horizon. Going to transition into a real right-clicking hero pretty soon.
They still need so many more of those, though. You know, it's one of these games, but EG, I'm sure they're getting tired of this. The first 3-game series, and they're so far ahead, and it feels like everything's going right, and they're playing so patiently, and it feels like they're checking off all these boxes. It's like they got a little list, you know what I mean? All of these games, and they're just waiting for that. Yep, we have to get the Aegis. Oh, yep, we need that. Yep. Oh, we don't want to use meta, because then we can go push this Aegis. And then every time it feels like just a little snafu. Cast him out. So Ori presses forward first. He is not smoked. Rest of the team.
Oh, they'll catch him, though. They blink in with the Hex, the full combo. He gets tossed back.
Nice BKB.
But can they find more? Paparazzi and Arteezy both pop the BKBs here. No meta for another 60. How far do they want to commit here?
Oh, he waveforms back in despite the buyback.
Buyback on Ori, but they're going to catch the Earthshaker. Centaur jumps in, gets pushed back by the Deafening Blast. And just like that, EG regain that lost footing and force a buyback themselves.
That just fell apart.
And meta is up in 30 seconds, so this is a pretty scary window. You can win a fight like that and still have Metamorphosis to take another one. 50 seconds on the Earthshaker, no buyback available. I think EG are going to keep the pressure on here, still with the Aegis.
Yeah, they need him for the defense on that Shaker. There's like 2.5 minutes here. Keep on pushing.
There's a glyph available as S4 jumps in, Hex onto the Centaur. Sunder comes out. Will be able to survive, at least for now. Arteezy in pretty deep, looking for more. Metamorphosis.
Hit the buildings, please.
Here it comes. 1 second. Is he even going to use it here? They might just take the tier 3 and back up. There it is. Pops the meta. Tier 3 falls.
They really want to heal him up, though. He has his yeah, they're going to give him the cheese. That's a nice play. Smell just hands it over because they don't want to waste this meta with just Aegis.
Yeah. This should be Barracks here.
Oh, nice BKB.
Great reaction time. Now Yang has to stampede back. Remember, Scotty is out on Arteezy, so he's chucking snowballs right now. Mid lane of Barracks already down. Bottom lane will be secured here. Morphling forced back to defensive territory.
Dire's bottom barracks.
All Fade can do is just sit there with a Shadow Amulet.
S4 jumps in again. They jump in onto Ori. This could be a dieback here. They set it up, and he will fall. 90 seconds on the sideline, and this is feeling like the beginning of the end here. Trent, DY gets finished off by Illusions. Yang jumps in, tries to slow down this Terrorblade, but just absolutely cannot do it. The snowballs are too much. Not going to be able to make it away. The Crimson Guard.
Oh, the Scotty. Get him.
Oh. Fade with the stun. Yang actually going to make it back, but there's another Sunder. BK beat Paparazzi, now the lone defender. He'll get hexed. The meatball flies from the skies, and the Morphling will be burned down. Turned to a puddle once again. Buyback used now. The tier 3 taking a lot of damage. EG, they want these Mega Creeps. They want this one to end. They're having flashbacks of this top lane. They want to finish off these barracks.
Yeah, he still has Aegis. I mean, even though Meta's going to keep on pushing, they want to force this Echo Slam. And everyone's just standing as far away from Arteezy as possible.
Yeah. At this point, Arteezy is just
zombies.
unstoppable. His farm is equivalent to the top 2 farmers of Vici, and they call it as the barracks fall. Not a moment too soon. Honestly, this one fell apart a little too quickly for Vici. Morphling didn't really have a game, it felt like. There were a couple of moments. He had that, as soon as he got the BKB, we saw that one good fight, but outside of that, brutal for the Morphling.
This is what EG's game 1 should have looked like versus Aster,
Yes.
right? You take this big lead, you have the Terrorblade, you close it out. So
That's the way to do it.
can't really fault them on that one.
Yeah. Tough game all around for Vici. DY on the Ogre didn't really feel a lot of impact there. Wasn't the hero that could keep the Morphling alive up top. He did a lot of scouting.
Yeah.
With his body.
I think aside from that though, like what is Yang supposed to do in a game like that? Really, as a Centaur, he's supposed to be like maybe going around the map getting kills with Alina or something, but clearly that never happened.
And here's a replay of the GG moment, and there it is.
There we go. Back to the start here. Wind back up. And this were all, this was kind of the story at the start of the game, right? This whole line with the Sunstrikes and everything. Oh, yeah. that was really pretty heartbreaking, honestly.
Yeah, this one catching that decent Echo Slam. He almost makes it away here. The Deafening Blast from Sumail just barely clips him.
It is a good contrast to that Aster game, though, right? Because if they hit like a couple good Echo Slam plays in a row, it would have looked a lot like that game. Yeah. Where they used the heavier team fight to actually get back into it. If you look at the team fight from the EG lineup, there's no team fight on this lineup, really. Like, it's pretty reliant on big pickoffs and Sunstrikes and stuff and, like, a numbers advantage in the engagements, right?
Yes.
Compared to, like, Vici is, like, all team fight. Like,
That's
at least
fair.
between Centaur and Earthshaker and even, like, Lina following up, like, LSA and stuns and stuff. But EG are just, like, this rundown, like, keep the fight going, keep throwing out damage.
Yeah, I would say they have some team fight.
Sure.
I'd be a little scared to run into the Undying, of course.
Well,
but
and the Ags came out so early for Sumail that it's kind of a different kind of Invoker.
But your general point is right. The key to their strategy is all about pickoffs. Tiny, Lion, Invoker, those are all pickoff heroes. They want to get those 3v1s, those 2v1s, and just get that snowball rolling.
They just like squeeze you, right? It's like they get one pick with a Sunstrike, and then they're gonna run at you with meta, and that's like it forces either a bad buyback or a weird positioning, or you have to like throw out an ulti just to stop them from taking a tower, and you never have all your resources ready at the same time for Vici. So their lineup, you can see how a good fight's supposed to go, right? They stampede in, maybe 2 heroes try and turn on EG to fight, and then suddenly Fade blinks in and gets this big Echo Slam. You're like, oh my god, they're doing it, but they never had all those resources at the same time.
Right. And we talked about it maybe once or twice. And we were really concerned in the draft about Terrorblade and Invoker both being super greedy and needing a lot of farm. But we didn't talk about Alacrity on Terrorblade. I feel like that added so much extra damage for Arteezy. Even just sieging structures. Meta with Alacrity, if you're not immediately defending, buildings just fall.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
In terms of addressing the next game, I actually do think that banning the Terrorblade is quite fine.
I'm getting to that point. I mean, seeing a game like that, what are you supposed to do?
It's just different, right? Like, it just puts this really hard pressure on you to find those big fights. Like, if that's a Morphling or a PL or something, I mean, sure, maybe the game goes the same way for EG, but they definitely can't take away your entire map that fast.
Right. It even started in the lane, right? From that first meta, they forced out the salve on Yang within, 30 seconds of being in the lane. He just puts this kind of pressure on where the Terrorblade is always playing from ahead. And unless he makes a mistake or you get that really good team fight, it just feels unwinnable. Like you said, they're slowly squeezing you until you pop.
The squeeze.
The squeeze, indeed. Well,
what about the rest of Vici's heroes? Anything you didn't like? I thought most of the heroes were actually quite fine. Obviously, the Morph had a really